This video is a quick run through of the students file for teachers. Normally you're not terribly concerned with their personal file, but I just wanted to give you a quick rundown to see the details that are in this file. So we start with the student, and we get a list by grade and by final last name. See, the pictures of the kids are coming out better, and we've even got Winston here in PK, the only one that's in a class, as you remember from our examples from earlier. And you have the children in all the different, it goes up to grade 11 and 12 and so on. This gives you a summary, and what we're showing you here is the ID number of the student. This is the ID number in our system. There's also a PEN, which is a personal education number that provincial governments in Canada provide to the student. So if you are in that system, there will be a second number here. It's a 9-digit number. The student school name is located here, and in many schools we found that people don't recognize the student's full name, which is here, of course, and you'll notice, but they do notice this name, so we tend to put this a combined name which shows the full name with the school name in brackets. Not in this case, but in most cases we do that. You also notice that in Vietnam the preference is to put the family name first and the first name last, and in the Canadian system we keep the people in the system they're from, where we have the family name, Churchill in this case, last, and the first name first. We try to balance them that way because people are accustomed to seeing their name that way in the system. Again, their gender and the age today. So every time this screen opens, it calculates the date or their age at that point in time, and it's to the nearest decimal. So 0.5 is basically 6 months, 0.6 is approximately 7 months, and so on. The age birthday is the birthday this year. What age they'll be in their birthday this year. That is then used to set the grade by BD is birthday. Okay, and hence we see that they're enrolled in what grade. So I've already gone ahead and done this, but that has to be done before you can enroll them in a class. Right now you see there's no classes attending except the one we've put in and their teacher. And this is just a spot for notes that you might want to make. And then we have the education plan that takes the student. I just opened that up for a second here. This student has not been registered into a class yet, but it provides the basic same sort of information so that the admissions officer can assemble and see what grade the student should be put into. This little chart is the infamous age to grade chart that helps put students. We also have a spot for a advisor to choose. Younger grades don't really need an advisor, older grades do. And the last one is basically to add the classes, because right now they have no classes, so we can click this button and we'll add the advisor later. Okay, and it comes up with the two term classes prepared for nursery, which is the September 17th and February 17th. So we click the button to add it. I don't want to do that yet because it'll be done by the school itself. And that puts the student in the class that they're going to be into. Well, I guess we could do it. We could just say that they're going into nursery 7, and you'll see they're here, and we can then go back to the education plan. We're all set, and we can go back then to the student list. And in the more category here, we have more information. We can send an email to that student. We can go into their personal file, do their attendance, their documents, and in this case we don't have an application PDF because the student was registered through the school we're for, and we didn't import all that information in here. So, but if we go into the personal file, you can see that it's again a tab system with a dashboard set up so that you can in a synopsis see the student, their picture, what their name is, their nickname or school name, their age, birthdays 149 days, phone number, it was just set up, and their emergency contact, their parents, If they have a drop-off, young kids often have a nanny or a parent picking them up. And this is their information for emails and some of their health information over here, most of which we've not collected. We have then the profile, which gives you the details that the admission staff will be completing, including all the student cards and so on. Their contacts, as their contacts for emergency, the documents that we require for the students, their language. This is the students' experience with English, and their language learning. And younger grades don't have a great deal here, but we still want to basically make an assessment of their ability in listening, speaking, reading, and writing English, because that's part of the function of going to a CIK or a BC school. This is their education. In many cases, there is no prior schooling, so we can click that. Okay, that's my mistake on my part. Okay, notes again are here for the students' file. It's not their performance on a certain class. This is on their file. For example, if they've had difficulties paying the bill, they've had late, they've been away many days, things like that. Whatever you want to put. The health is very, very important for the school, but so far most of this hasn't been filled out. It does talk about the blood type, the allergies, the reaction to an allergy, previous diseases they've had, disabilities that they have, diseases that they have currently, any fractures and what have you, any operations they've had, other issues, current medical concerns, for example, if a child has a broken arm or something like that, and current medications if they're on medications for any sorts of things, and then their vaccination information is very critical, and that pretty well covers just about everything except with the financial. So that's just a brief overview of the student file.